I think we can all agree that the number one thing we've noticed in 2020 and so far the first 4 months of 2021 is an increase in stress. And that's for good reason. We're dealing with a global pandemic right now. There's two sides to everything going on. Whether you are completely scared by this virus, or maybe you don't worry about it at all. Maybe you've lost a loved one recently, which is awful. Maybe you've gotten the virus yourself and it just really took a toll on you. Maybe you're one of those people who are sick and tired of the restrictions and you just want things to go back to normal. Regardless of what you're going through, everyone's dealing with a little more stress currently. So, how can we help with this? My name is Dr. Zach Shaw. I'm with the Upper Cervical Spine Center. And what we do as an upper cervical chiropractors is we take care of people's stress for them. Now, how do we do that? Well, we know that your adaptation all happens throughout your nervous system. Every single human being is designed to be able to adapt to stress. These stresses can be in the form of mental stress, physical stress, emotional stress, chemical stress, and all of these things beat our body down to the point where we may be sick, we may be depressed, anxious. Regardless of what it is, these negative stresses, if our body can't handle them properly, it starts to beat our body down. So, as upper cervical doctors, how do we help with this? Well, by finding a misalignment at the top of the neck that's putting pressure on the brain stem. We know that this misalignment is interfering with the messages between your brain and your body, and also between the brain itself. And so when we see that nervous system interference, the body can't work properly. The brain can't work properly. It can't receive the proper messages. So we have a misalignment up here. The brain sends a signal down to the brain stem, which the brain stem relays back to the brain, and that message could be interfered with. So maybe a message of happiness turns into sadness. Maybe it turns into anxiousness or depression. And then you add on top the increase of stress we've had this year and last year, and we see a lot more depression coming into the office, a lot more anxiety. We see people with all kinds of aches and pains, and it's all due to an increase in stress. And so what we need to do is we need to find that interference to your nervous system, remove that interference, so that your body can adapt to these physical, chemical, and emotional stresses exactly as it was designed to do. So, if you're feeling an increase in stress lately, maybe you're depressed, maybe you're anxious, whatever you've got going on, give our office a call. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our number is 704-588-5560. We will be happy to do a complimentary exam and consultation so that we can figure out if you have an upper cervical problem that could be causing you to not be able to adapt to stresses like you should. If you're not in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, give our office a call anyway, and I promise we will find an upper cervical doctor as close to you as possible. I hope you learned something today. I hope you can relieve some stress, and you have an amazing day.